Hello, my friends. Today we're going to talk about overwhelmed versus making lists. If you are overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, you're spinning like a Tasmanian devil, then I want you to take a minute to empty your head and make a list. Sit down with a piece of notebook paper, or if you have Kimmy's planner, you can look, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's She's in Her Apron. You can watch her video, which is her reveal of the new planner, which is a great planner designed for us. Mine should be coming in the mail today. I'll be doing a reveal as well. But there's places in there for you to make lists, lots of places. So if you're overwhelmed and you don't have Kimmy's planner yet, then get a piece of notebook paper and write down everything you think you need to do in each room. Don't write it down all scrambled together. In the kitchen, what do you need to do? In the living room, what do you need to do? In the dining room, what do you need to do? In the hall bathroom, what do you need to do? In the children's rooms, what do you need to do? In your bedroom, in your closet, in your bathroom, in any other rooms, laundry room, garage. Just make a list of everything you need to do. Now, I want you to write this across the top of the page. I see you, and I have a plan for you. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Now, when you see these things that have to be done, I want you to remember that you have written down, I see you and I have a plan for you, because you do have a plan. You've written it down that in each room those things need to be done. If some of it is decluttering, then that's going to be the most immediate thing that you do. So the first thing you're going to do is declutter before you deep clean, before you rearrange, before you paint, before you repair, before you buy new. You're going to declutter. That's your first step. So we declutter in the zone. The zone we're in this week when I'm making this video is the master bedroom, the main bedroom. That would include the closet, and if you have one, a master bathroom. If you don't have one, don't go anywhere else, just work in that room. And you're going to say, okay, what in this list is clutter? And you're going to put a little open circle by each one of those things that's clutter. And that's what you're going to start decluttering. But I want you to start at one place and work your way around the room. You're not going to do it in a day, a week, or sometimes even in 3 weeks or a month. You're going to do it for 15 minutes for one day. So pick one thing and put it in your planner on that day, what you're going to do for 15 minutes. You get 4 of those a week each week. So for this week it's the master bedroom. Next week it's the main living area. The next week it will be the entryway. Well, actually in this month we have a split week. 1 day in the main living area, 3 days in the entryways, which could involve your living room or your dining room if you have a formal one and it's right by the front door. You get to rearrange the zones any way you wish that suits you. You just can't keep rearranging them. Pick something and do that. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you're new, welcome. Please subscribe and go back and watch my video that talks about zones, because it gives you the details on decluttering in the zone and then cleaning in the zone. But the main point I want to get for you here is to get rid of that feeling of being overwhelmed. Okay, that feeling of being at your wits' end, that feeling of spinning in place, and write down the things that you need to do so that when you look on your paper, you can say, okay, these are the things I need to do. In the meantime, you're going to do clutter checks, or now I'm calling those clutter stops, because it's stopping new clutter from forming in your home. If you allow clutter to build every single day, you're just rebuilding clutter that needs to be cleaned out later. But if you clutter check or clutter stop 3 to 4 times a day, you will stop that from building anymore, and you will be actually getting rid stopping it, so that as you're getting rid of the other clutter, when you get to it, you'll see progress. But if you don't do your clutter stops, you won't see progress, because your clutter will continue to grow. It's like the ocean coming back and washing away your sandcastle over and over till you learn to build your sandcastle further from the ocean. Okay? All right. Or when the tide's going out. That little crazy piece of hair. Okay, so Do you get it? Do you understand what I mean when I say I see you and have a plan for you? Because when you're working, let's say you're working in your living room and you only have one day because it's a short week for the month of August before we hit September. And you only have one day in the living room for 15 minutes. So you pick the most important thing that you think you can get done in 15 minutes. And you see all the other stuff when you're in there working. And you say, that's okay. I see you. I have a plan for you. And I'm not going to allow you to get worse because I'm going to do a clutter check in here every single day, several times a day, to keep this looking exactly like it looks now or better. And when we do a clutter check, we are checking for kids who threw their shoes in the middle of the room, or you've dropped a book you were reading, or your purse is stuck on the table, or just those little odd things that we do. We don't even realize we've done it, where you have to pick those things up and put them in their place. Pick it up, don't pass it up. That's the rule with clutter check, okay? Okay. So, are you going to stop being overwhelmed? I certainly hope so. There is a trick that you can do that will make you feel even better, and that is the choo-choo. And I talk about that sometimes. I call it the choo-choo because it involves more than one laundry basket, so it's like pulling a train. You can tie them together, you can have a kid help you drag them around the house, it doesn't matter, but you need a couple of laundry baskets. Start in your living room. Put anything in the baskets that doesn't belong in the living room. Now, if you've got a couch piled high with Mount Foldmore, that's not going to go in the baskets. That's major. We're talking about water bottles, eyeglasses, Tylenol bottles, anything that you see in there that's just stuff, your purse, a book, a folder, a guitar pick, anything. Put it in that basket. It doesn't belong if it doesn't belong in that room. Don't worry about everything else that's not in place. Everything that's left will actually belong in that room. So maybe you've got a few in the living room, for example. You've got some throw pillows that are on the floor, and you've got a throw that really needs to be washed, and you want to hang it over the back of the couch or throw it over the rocking chair. And you've got books on a shelf, but they're all scattered, and there's some more on the floor that go on that shelf, and etc. Those things all belong in there, and it'll be easier to put them back when there are only things in there that belong in there. You're going to take those basket or baskets to the next room. Let's say it's the kitchen. Let's say that when you were in the living room, you picked up a plate and a cup and a spoon and some garbage, and you take it to the kitchen and you put it in the kitchen, in the sink, in the dishwasher, in the garbage can, whatever it is. And then anything in the kitchen that doesn't belong in there, let's say on the kitchen counter there's a dog leash, and there's some mail, whatever, it doesn't belong there. Unless that's where you keep it, and I'd like you to rethink that, then don't leave it there. Put it in the basket. Then go to the next room. Anything that belongs in that room comes out. Anything that doesn't belong in the room that you're in goes in, and you do that through your whole house. When you're in the last room, you will still have things in the basket, because as you went through different rooms, you may have picked up, let's use the kitchen for example. So let's say you did the kitchen second, and as you went through the kids' bedrooms, you found more things that belong in the kitchen. And you found some things that belonged on the game shelf, and you found some things that belonged in the living room. So you're going to go back through the house one more time making deliveries. In the end, everything will be in the right room. It'll make you feel better, and you will feel less chaotic. But the main thing to stop the mania of being overwhelmed is to make a list, and then to take your planner and make a plan. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you remember always that you are beautiful, so be beautiful.